Here we
Hello.
are. Hey.
Yes, we are. Hey.
So we are here with Black Voices Artist Chat, and I have the lovely Jacquelyn Brown Benefield here, and she's going to be a part of Sisters Speak. And I'm going to read a little bit about her. Um, let's see. Jacquelyn Brown Benefield is a singer-songwriter creating music that inspires us to love. As the former lead vocalist of the contemporary jazz and R&B cover band Jazzy Blue, Jacquelyn has performed at various venues in the DC area. She was the opening act for Mary J. Blige, Brian McKnight, Boys to Men, The Whispers, okay, the OJs, and the Stylistics. She was a featured guest artist at speaking events with Iyanla Van Sant. She has sung in ensembles with Sweet Honey in the Rock, NBC's The Voice, and HBO's Ballers. Currently, she sings at the Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles. Okay, Miss Jacquelyn.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so first tell me, what inspired you to sing? Like, when did you start? When did
Oh,
you know that you could sing?
girl. Where do I begin?
Yes.
No, actually, I come from a musical family. You know, my grandfather and his brother, they were jazz musicians. And so they had a group called the Tritones, and they used to gig in the 30s, 40s, I think up until like, maybe 1970.
Uh-huh.
He had a real job too, but that's besides the point. My mom was a classically trained alto, and she also played piano as well. So my mom got me started on piano lessons when I
Yeah.
was 7 years old,
Uh-huh.
and I think it was shortly after that once I got to elementary school and they had a school chorus that I joined the chorus and discovered I could sing, and I mean, I can't say, discover. I was just always sing to play around, but when it was acknowledged by other people, like, oh, she can sing. And so, I would get like little solos. I played Dorothy in The Wiz, like in a very truncated version of The Wiz. And then just started singing through high school. I was in a gospel youth group, Interfaith Revelation Singers, actually with my sister Allison. But
Oh.
so I cut my chops a lot. I was in the choir for about 3, 4 years, and then
Mm-hmm.
I transitioned over to the Bronx Concert Singers, which was more like classical and things of that nature, because that was my mom and that's what she did.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I got to read music and do all kinds of different things, and then as time went on, I just kept singing. And then at one point I did go through a period after my mom passed where I didn't sing for 10 years.
Oh,
But
wow.
then it came back to me in 2003, and by then I was living in Washington D.C. And
Yeah.
I started singing at my Unity Church, and then people were hearing me, and they were like, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that." And then there was this guy who had this band called Jazzy Blue. His name was Dominic Taylor, and he invited me to be the lead singer. I sang with them for 4 years, and we got to do all the wonderful things like open for those groups at music festivals and all kinds of different things like
Right.
that. And then I was drawn to come to LA and then just see what was next. And so, it's the long of the short of the
Mm.
story.
Right. I love it.
But I
And
love it. I
so
love music. Yeah.
of all the people that you've worked with, who would you say was like what was your most favorite experience? Because there are a lot of famous people that you've worked with, you've opened for and all of that. What would
Right.
you say would be your favorite experience?
Ah, my goodness. Wow. Um,
Or one of them.
It's such an easy question, but I don't know why I'm having like I'm just trying to think because I've had some really wonderful experiences, but probably the one that's actually coming to mind, which actually has nothing to do with singing with other people, but I was doing this ensemble piece back in DC with a group of people I put together. The church I was in at the time they were doing a celebration, and we did a song called Yes by Shekinah Glory Ministries. And I remember that was a song that always touched me. But I remember at one point, towards the end of the song where there's just, it's the vamp and the music is going and everybody's in their feelings, but everybody like in the congregation, they were just up, like with their hands up and all of this. And at some point, I just caught this image of everybody, and whatever was coming through me in that moment, there was just like this heart connection, this soul connection, and this feeling of, you know, like there's something really beautiful transpiring here. There's something beautiful
Mhm.
here that is unfolding. And in the way that I can use my voice or be a part of that energy, it just was a beautiful feeling. So that's the thing that just kept coming to mind, even though I haven't thought about that in a long time. But it just, it came to mind. And also singing with Sweet Honey in the Rock, because when I
Uh,
started singing back again in 2003, it was a colleague who told me that Sweet Honey in the Rock was doing a farewell concert. It was, I think, December of 93. I think it was December 93 when Bernice Johnson Reagan was leaving the group. She was the founder, and she was moving on after 25 or 30 years it was. And I got to be a part of this large 140 person ensemble, or
wow.
group, a choir I should say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was the first time I got back into singing on a regular basis with rehearsals and learning songs and all of this stuff. And then we did the concert. It was made into a CD. I was among the few people they asked to come back to help do some cleanup vocals, and I got to meet the members, and it was a beautiful experience. And it actually is what made me come back to my voice again. It's really what then fueled my desire to sing again, and just to be a part of that energy and of that magic, in a really meaningful way. And then after that, then my heart for like writing music and stuff. I used to write when I was a kid, just playing around on the piano, doing stuff. But had buried a lot of that, when I wasn't thinking music would be something I would be doing with my life.
Hmm.
But it just kind of like one led to the other. I started singing again. I was inspired to sing again, started singing again, led me to sing more, write some songs, and then just see how is it that I want to use my voice in this world? What is it that I want to share? What do I want to convey?
Yeah.
So that would say those two, incidences, but I think of Sweet Honey probably as like the impetus that got me singing again as an adult.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful memory in my heart and mind. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so, what are you going to be singing for us? I mean, unless you want to keep it a surprise, but give us a little taste of what you're going to bring to the people
Absolutely,
next
absolutely. Well,
Sunday.
this year, whereas last year I did two original pieces, this year I am feeling called to sing music that I absolutely love, and that is music by Ricky Byers and Michael Beckwith. And
Mhm.
two songs I'm doing is Trust Love. That's the first song, one of my favorite songs. And I won't give anything away. Just come and hear the song, or you can
Yes,
find
you
it on the
got to you got
CD.
to trust. You got to trust that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. You got to trust. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
No, but it's Trust Love, and then the next song is The Spirit of God is Upon Me, and it really is just a song that's about just really understanding what one's personal connection is and relationship, to the divine that lives within us,
Yeah.
and so just what that means, and so that's how I feel it. And it's also a pretty good audience participation song as well. So we'll have some fun with that. But yeah, those are the two songs I'm doing, and I'm looking forward to sharing it outside of the usual congregational communities that I sing in here in the area.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes. Well,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing it again because I could listen to your voice all day
Mm,
long.
thank you, darling.
Darling. All right, cool. Well,
Okay.
so ladies and gentlemen, this is our first featured artist
Yay.
from Sisters Speak, and you will see her next Sunday. Wow, I can't believe it's
Yes.
coming up so soon.
Yes.
Sunday, the 24th at 7 p.m. So thank you so much, Jacquelyn.
Thank you, Juliet. I appreciate the time.
All right.
All right, take care, love.
You
Bye
too.
bye.